What is up, all of my horror fanatics out there? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. I'm the Late Night Frights horror leader, the J. Sloan or Jordan, back here to do another video for you. And as always, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. Now, last week we did horror battles, and if you haven't seen our videos from last week, please go check them out. It was a solid week overall. Everyone battled great horror films. So this week, of course, we're doing a theme, and the theme that we chose to do for you is one that we have never done here on Late Night Frights before. We did a theme a while back that was similar to this one, and it was our horrible horror theme. But this is a little bit different. This is our cheap horror theme. And basically what that is, it's a film that was very cheaply made, low budget. And it's a film that just did not work out. It's a film that wasn't good, or a film that we didn't enjoy ourselves personally. And definitely for me, this is definitely one of the top films. It's not a good film at all, guys, so I just want to let you know that before going into the review. And it's a film from 2004, very, very low budget, and it is the Jackhammer Massacre. Okay, so the Jackhammer Massacre was made in 2004. It's just a crazy title anyway. It's the Jackhammer Massacre. It's very funny for me to even say it. But the basic plot around it follows a character named Jack Magnus, who was a successful businessman, but his best friend died, I believe, of an overdose. I could be wrong. And it basically drives him into this deep depression where he himself, does drugs and starts to get really down on himself and becomes a drug addict. He loses everything that he has. And he takes this job working as a security guard. And he's just a junkie. He turns into his best friend. And he thinks that his only friend is his dead best friend who talks to him while he's high. And it spirals out of control from there. Basically, he owes these drug dealers, and they can't get the money out of him. He has no money to pay. Whatever money he makes from his security guard job goes towards more drugs, and they're not getting the money out of him. So they have one option, and that is to kill Jack Magnus, and they try to inject him with a mix of all kinds of different drugs, and instead of killing him, it amps him up and gives him this psychotic rage to where he just wants to kill everyone. And that's the basic plot around this one, guys. I don't want to go any further into it, to be honest with you. I'm very tired, and this is just not a film I feel like I need to discuss any further. Low budget, yes. Shitty movie, absolutely. The lead actor, I don't know his name, who played Jack Magnus, did he do a good job? Not necessarily, but did he give it his all? Yes, he did. He tried, obviously, with the material that he was given, and with a title like the Jackhammer Massacre, I believe I would turn that down unless I, needed the work. This film was, the screenplay was written by Joe Castro. It was also produced and directed by Joe Castro, so I guess he thought very highly of this movie, and I'm not exactly sure what he was going for with this. It's a cheesy B-movie, very, very cheaply made. You can tell the budget to this movie cannot be that high. There's no possible way, I wouldn't think anyway. If it is, I don't know. They definitely could have did a little bit more with this movie. To me, the plot is where it's very weak, as well as the supporting cast. Everyone who, other than the Jack Magnus, who I said gave it his all, he didn't do a good job, really, but partly that has to be for the material that he was given. But the supporting cast was just not believable at all, and it was just, to me, just a waste, of your time. It would be a waste of your time. It's 89 minutes, so yeah, it's a waste. It's not a good film, and I apologize to the director. He's more than likely not watching this, but if he is, I don't even think it was a solid idea from the get-go. I don't think the Jackhammer Massacre, when that pops up in your head, that it's an idea that you should run with. And I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, and I don't want to turn this into a rant, but with the money that he did have for this film, which was very little, he could have put that into doing something bigger and better, and possibly writing a new script for a different film, a film that would actually sell and would actually be enjoyable. But the Jackhammer Massacre just did not do it for me, and I don't know how many people like it. I don't know if any people will actually like this film. So I'm not going to recommend it. This is definitely a cheap horror movie. It falls in the category of our theme. And yeah, that's basically all I got to say about the Jackhammer Massacre. The title alone makes you want to kind of just pass up on it. Me personally, I picked it up at a pawn shop for like $2, and I knew the title was cheesy, and read the back of it, and I knew that this was going to be a just one of those shitty movies that you got to watch at least once. And yeah, it definitely was. It was a waste of time. But you know what? If you like cheesy, shitty horror movies, and you just want to watch a horror movie at least, if you like horror movies that you can watch once, shitty movies you can watch with your friends, you can get a good laugh out of. Pop the Jackhammer Massacre in, but don't go into it thinking that it's going to be a masterpiece, because it doesn't even it doesn't even touch mediocre in my opinion. So. But the Jackhammer Massacre, there is my review/rant, I guess you could call it. I didn't want to turn it into that, but with this theme, it's kind of inevitable for it to turn into a rant. That's going to happen, because we are talking about cheap horror films that we do not like. The Jackhammer Massacre. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I didn't have more to say about this film, to be completely honest. There's nothing more to say other than what's been said. Comment down below if anyone's seen it. I know a lot of people probably don't even know what the hell this movie is, or haven't even heard the title. But if you have seen it, I'm very curious to hear what everyone thinks about it. So comment down below and tell me if you like it or if you don't like it. And if you do like it, explain to me why, because I would really like to know. I might have to give it another viewing. I don't know. I don't think it's really going to help. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow, Chris Brock will be reviewing a film of his choice for the cheap horror theme. And that will continue throughout the week with all the members. I'm the Jay Sloan. You just watched Late Night Frights. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, and as always, guys, keep it horror. Peace.